What is the biggest lie women have been told about fulfillment in life or seeking fulfillment that you've had to unlearn?
The belief that the unlearning was the belief that I would be happy or fulfilled when X happened. So it was future-paced. It was future-paced. And I recognize at this stage of my life that fulfillment is this moment.
The present.
It's this space, this moment. And
being a mom probably reminds you that every moment.
Being a mother is so beautiful. Rearranging, decimating. I'm so thrilled for you and your lady, Lewis, because it's unbelievable. And as well, just like the extension of love and care and holding space for this little human being. And then I think as well, for myself, I have such mad respect, no matter who your parents were and what it looked like. You recognize that, oh, they did this. Somebody did this in whatever capacity that, you know what I mean? They cared for us and loved us enough to be here. Like that's floors me.
Yes.
It blows my mind because just it's inconceivable how much children rearrange our reality.
And what's the biggest lesson motherhood has taught you at this season of life?
What's the biggest lesson? I would say that I'm just a puzzle piece. Recognizing that I'm just like, we're all just a puzzle piece in these little humans' existence, and recognizing that I'm here to love her and serve her. And sometimes that pleases her and sometimes that doesn't. And that's okay.
Yeah, you not give her everything she wants.
Oh, because you do. And no, I'm saying, and if you do, that's the voice of the demand. That's the voice of ego. I want, give me this. And then that wires expectation. And I think that actually just watching her and witnessing her and recognizing that dance of sometimes when she's like, I want this or I want that, as as she's ushering this little one through existence, as I met the demand only got louder. And that really freaking schooled me.
What does that mean? What does that look like?
Okay, so say if she's like, I want, and she's crying, and you meet that cry, you meet that demand, those demands only stack, versus actually having a clarity that, I don't know, I love her, but I don't think we're there to just please our children.
Right. You mean if you give in every time she wants ice cream or something, that's
anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
And you always give, and you meet that demand by giving in or giving it to her.
It gets really weird.
Then she stacks more demands, is what you're saying.
Well, not she, human stack. I think mind stacks more demands. And so, everybody talks about narcissists these days. It's like, are narcissists born or are they created? And what is a narcissist? Because we've all been one. Everybody talks about narcissism like it's like this external thing and he's that or she's that. I know we've all been a narcissist at some point in our life. We've all had the innocent arrogance. And I mean, at least I have. Can you relate to that?
Probably. Yeah. I mean, extreme selfishness. And of course.
Just, not even extreme. Just if we've been selfish, that's a narcissist. I don't know why I'm talking about this right now, but it just came to But I will tell you why, because I'm just, we're at events and so forth, with people and interacting. I witnessed that. And I think it's just been a question in my own consciousness of how do we keep this little human being grounded and true to her own inner voice rather than the external voice. And I think that's the gift of this human experience is we evolve.
Yes.
We evolve and hopefully like each generation, you learned what worked or you learned what didn't work. So many people are like, my parents didn't express themselves. And it's like, that was that generation. It's innocent. And our kids will have their quirks. I don't know what it is. They'll be like, my mom did this, my dad, you know what I mean? Because that's it. Like evolution just keeps
We were
climbing.
too sensitive with them or so,
Whatever might be. So but I think that's the beauty of this human experience as we evolve and we grow.
As a mother then, and you're seeing these, this incredible human in front of you, creating, demanding, crying, showing her beautiful heart, all these different facets of her life. What are you thinking or doing internally to see how you can support and usher her in the world to become her most empowering self when she's a teenager and in her 20s, and having that foundation that maybe you didn't feel like you fully had, or maybe you had like some challenges in your 20s that you had to unlearn? What are those things you're trying to usher in her, and you're noticing, you're catching as a mother, they're like, oh, I'm repeating something that I don't want to do, or I need to catch myself? Like, what is...
That's a great question. My parents are salt of the earth people. And if I really look at their superpower is they loved us. My dad was in AA, and in that space, they reflected their humanness. You know, there's a vulnerability and a transparency in our home. And so I look to speak to my daughter like an adult. I don't speak to her like she's 4, even when she was 2, like a toddler. I see her as the consciousness that is perceiving and looking through your eyes is the same as what's looking through her eyes. Like, that blows my mind. And so I would say witnessing, giving them space to be, giving them space to unfold. If I would say, though, one thing that really strikes me about being a mother is how much the perspective of just watching her, just witnessing her. And I don't know, I think we come from the generation before. I don't even mean our parents, like even just, you know, this generation here is parents. A lot of times, like, you hear the notion of a helicopter parent, and I see that. I see the pure intention of it, the love of it, but also just possibly the overbearing. And it's like, what's that? Reflecting that they're perfect, whole, and complete, or that they need me. So I always tell our daughter, I'm like, honey, you don't need mom. If there's, I'm here if I can help you or support you. But we really look to reflect that she's an autonomous human being and she's fully capable. And I think going back to the meeting the demands, what really strikes me is just that she has, there's a lot of science that says that children don't have the capacity to self-regulate. That's not been my experience.
She's learned how to, or she has the ability to.
I think both. I think it's intrinsic. That's been my experience witnessing her. But what I recognize as we near, if I say to her, honey, breathe, and I'm telling her what to do, maybe less useful. But if I join her, and, I'll get to her level, and say if she was having a big wave of an emotional wave, I do what I do. And I'll say, hun, like, let's catch a breath. And so we'll always pick a spot. I'm like, I'm going to breathe to the moon, or I'm going to, breathe to the flowers outside. She might pick something, I might pick something, and we'll use our breath. And it's so powerful and unreal. And she does it completely on her own. Like, I'll see her sometimes, like before her ballet recital or something, or maybe something that she's doing that maybe is unfamiliar for her. And you'll hear her breathing differently. And I find that so unreal and so powerful.
Right. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe, and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.